Watch this. I pick a company, pick a few years, hit refresh, and Power Query loads only the matching files. Every irrelevant file might as well not exist. Just two dropdowns controlling an entire folder. And once you know how to wire this up, you'll never build a static report again. Here is the full breakdown. We begin with the core dataset. Company report files spread across yearly folders. Power Query can combine them into a single table using from folder. It reads all files in each year's folder, it extracts the relevant data and stacks everything into one master table. Why start here? It's because the whole workflow depends on having one clean unified dataset. Filtering is easy when everything is in one place. Filtering 10 separate queries is not. Now, one analyst rule I learned the hard way. Never let the user type a filter value manually when the data already knows the correct values. So we create a list of available companies straight from the data. Here's how. Duplicate the main query, then drill down to the column that contains company names. Let's also delete the file extension xlsx, just using the replace tool. Remove duplicates and sort the list. Then you need to close and load as a table. This gives us a clean list that updates automatically whenever new companies appear. No more typos that kill the whole report. Now let's turn that company list into a named range. Select the list, formulas, define name, list companies. Why bother? Because data validation works best with named ranges. Formulas stay clean, dropdowns stay readable, and your future edits stay sane. If you've ever had a validation list break because the table resized, this fixes it permanently. Before returning to the main query, let's create two user inputs, year and company. So back to the reporting sheet. Above the pivot table or summary area, add two small simple tables, one for year and one for company. Just blank cells with labels. Don't overthink the formatting, the entire job is to capture user choices. This is the user interface for the report. Basically, we are building a tiny control panel that drives the entire Power Query pipeline. Now attach the named range to the company cell. Data, data validation, list equals list companies. A dynamic dropdown that stays in sync with the underlying data. If tomorrow you add a new company to a folder, this list will show it after refresh. Now let's try choosing a company. The value sits there in a clean single cell, perfect for feeding into Power Query. Next step is to turn the drop-down selection into something Power Query can use. Go to From Table Range and load the chosen company cell into it. You'll get a one row, one column table. Then right-click and drill down to the value itself. Rename the query to something meaningful, like chosen company. This query now outputs exactly one thing, the selected company name. It acts like a parameter, but without parameters. It's transparent, editable, and extremely flexible. Now the chosen years. This one is slightly trickier. Years can be single choice or multiple choice. A single value would limit us. So instead, load the entire year selection area as a table, even if it's only one cell for now. Table into Power Query, drill down to the column, not a single cell. Why does this matter? Drilling into a column gives you a list. A list can contain multiple years. Power Query can filter rows against a list using list contains. Rename this query to chosen years, and now we have two dynamic controls ready to use. This is where we can return to the main query again. Our goal is to make the filtering dynamic. find any available step before actually transforming the files, and add a filter. Choose any company, and then edit the step manually. Replace the hard-coded value with chosen company. Power Query will now filter the data based on the company the user selected. No more "Can you send me the report for X?" They click, refresh, done. Yes require a list comparison. So in the yeah filter step, which we will create just selecting any available yeah, we will replace the logic with list contains chosen years, yeah. So if the user selects one row, it filters 1. If they select 10, it filters 10. If they leave it blank, Power Query loads nothing. You can add safeguards if you want. This is the most powerful part of the entire setup. Close and load and test it. Change company, change year, choose multiple years at once, hit refresh, and the report reshapes itself, using only the files you actually want. You've built a clean UI, a dynamic filter pipeline, a reliable folder import, and future-proof list of companies. Also, a report that behaves like a mini app. See ya!